Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Lori. So I'm vlogging from New York and from my iPhone because my computer has decided not to work anymore. I'm gonna have to either fix it or get it replaced at some point, but for now it's gonna be like this. Hope you guys don't mind. Um, I have not been vlogging for a couple days also just because I'm getting settled into this temporary housing while I look for an apartment to stay in permanently. So that's going to take a little while and I'll let you guys know more about that as things progress. So I'm going to take this video today just to answer Denitra Latrice's tag, which is 3 questions. And if you haven't checked her out, definitely do. She's one of my favorite VEDA vloggers. She's funny, she's witty, and she's a hip hop head. I'm glad to see that represented this month. So I'm going to leave a link to her channel down below in the description bar. The first question that she asked was, if you could have a superpower, what superpower would it be? And this is simple because I've thought about this my whole life, and it's got to be teleportation. Because, you know, flying and mind reading and telekinesis and all that stuff, that's cool, but they're more like, you know, party tricks that you would get tired of. Whereas teleportation you could use every single day. I mean, imagine being able to get up for work, getting ready, and just go like and be at work, you know what I'm saying? Or wanting to go on a vacation and it's like, I'm in Bali, you know what there's nothing bad about teleportation. Teleportation is amazing. Second question, if you could talk to anybody alive or deceased, what would you ask them? For me, this would honestly be Dr. King, because I really would want to ask him, if he were alive in this day and age, how would he get people motivated to fight for things that they believe in and to fight for what's right? Because I believe that we are a society today in 2015 all over the world where people have become really complacent, because in all honesty, despite all the things that he and other activists of that era achieved, we are still living the same problems over and over again. People don't see that it's not right when you live in a country and you allow policies to go on and certain profit models to go on, even though you know that it's detrimental to other people, your fellow citizens. And that's not acceptable to me. I just think that a big problem is marketing, and a big problem is motivation. A big problem is not having leaders of all colors and leaders of all communities come together and be like, you know what, this is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That I think is what I would really want. I think I would want advice from my generation on how we can make people less complacent. Question 3, if you could tell your great-grandchildren one thing about living life, what would it be? I think that I would tell them 2 things. One would be for their personal happiness or their personal fulfillment. In life, even though we're often tempted to think that there is a right way and a wrong way to do things, and that, you know, we want to try to make our environments as perfect as possible and everything, the main thing that they really need to learn is that it all boils down to happiness and the pursuit of happiness. And I don't mean that in a corny way. I mean that when we reach our final days, what are we going to look back on in our lives? Are we going to look back on how much money we have? Are we going to look back on how much, success we've accomplished? We might, that might be part of it. You could be proud of yourself, but is that really going to matter so much as looking back and thinking, I made the most of my time here on this earth? You know what I'm saying? I did the most that I could to be happy and to make the people around me and the people that I love happy. Because if I've done my best, and even if I failed, at least I could say that I tried. The other thing would also be that all pursuits of perfection are in vain. And what I mean is, we should always try our best to do our best. But a lot of people think about life and about society in terms of, what is utopia? What is the ultimate thing that we can achieve? What's the best relationship we can have? What's the best partner we can find in life? What is the most ideal career we can find for ourselves? And this inherently is all the wrong way of thinking and will lead us astray, because the main thing we need to remember as people is that we need to be ever evolving. There is no such thing as reaching the pinnacle of anything. The ideal situation is not finite. The ideal situation goes on forever. So no matter where you are, even if you're in the best place, you need to be working hard to make that place even better than what it is now. And what I mean by that is, there is no ideal career necessarily for a person. There is not necessarily an ideal economic policy for a country. There is not necessarily an ideal way to organize public education or criminal justice. These are things that should be ever evolving, because there will always be flaws, as is the case with human nature, and there will always be ways to make things better. And so as long as people embrace that and stop thinking like this is wrong, that's wrong, blame this guy, blame that guy. Stop blaming people and start figuring out what you need to do in your everyday life to make the situation around you better. And as long as you do that, you are doing your small part to make the world a better place when you leave. You know, inevitably, it's true, some people really aren't going to care. But I would hope that my offspring's offspring or whatever, that anybody with my blood is going to be out there trying to do something positive and try to do the right thing. So yeah, Denitra, thank you for getting existential with these questions, and I will see you guys back again tomorrow. Bye.